Right. So coming back to talk more about Japan Dev. So how do you decide which new features you want to build for Japan Dev? What is the process of getting feedback from customers? One of the product that I recently found out about is it allows you to post a public board where customers can post what features they want in your product, and other customers can vote on those features as well. So you can directly find out which features are most highly requested by your customers. So what kind of mechanism do you follow to decide what you want to work on?
Yeah, that's a really good question. I mean, I don't have like a super clear process for that, and I'm not using any kind of like SaaS or whatever. Though that sounds very interesting. One part of it is that I will just do like kind of networking, especially when you could still do the in-person meetups like pre-COVID, right? I would just talk to as many people as I could in person. And then, of course, like on the site, I have contact feedback buttons and whatnot scattered around. Sometimes people will send me messages about features that they'd like, things like that. I also try to like just use the site from the perspective of a user and really just think about things that are suboptimal. But yeah, I mean, feature ideas can come from anywhere. Yeah, it really depends.
Yeah, one of the interesting things that I think you do is I often see you running A/B tests and you post about them on Twitter with like build in public tags. So, was there any test whose result you found quite interesting or whose result surprised you?
And it's kind of funny because like I'm an engineer, and for a long time I was all about like building systems and clean code and code style and testing and all that stuff. Now I've taken like a much more, I guess, utilitarian view of like coding. And one trend I've noticed is like usually like the simpler something is, the more impactful it is. Literally, like I said, I kind of have this funnel, right? And ultimately, I want people to apply to jobs through the site. And I have apply buttons. So I've done things like literally adding another apply button in the middle of a page that wasn't there before, had applications go up as a result. Or I added like this animation, this like pulsing animation to the buttons that draws your attention to them. I swear, it's little things like that, making the buttons larger, just like using kind of bolder colors, making things more concise. For example, I'm trying to get people to sign up for the newsletter. I have text, a copy that's trying to get them to do that. Just making that as short as possible. Like the shorter you make it, it seems like the more people sign up. Yeah, and there's a million just like small tricks like that. When I really look back and see what was impactful in actually getting more people to apply and improving like the kind of the KPIs and everything, it's really mostly those things. It's not like, oh, I built this brand new like system from scratch and everyone's using it. That's rarely the case, to be honest. It's more just like, this button could be even bigger, I think. I know it sounds crazy, but yeah, landing pages, like you're saying, copy, just buttons, like it's not rocket science most of the time. It's really not. That has definitely changed the way that I think about development as well, because it's like ultimately there's the business and there are certain levers that really control how much money you're making and how the business is going. And a lot of times it's not like that, the tech stuff, just simple things, right? That don't even require code a lot of the time.
Mm-hmm. So sounds like you increase the button size by 20% and the number of applications increased by 20%. So how about just revamping the web page with just one big button, apply?
That would probably literally work.